Hello friends, this is Durga again from itversity, a one-stop shop to learn all the technologies. As you guys are aware, I am conducting these bi-weekly hangouts on big data developer certifications. So as part of this plan, I'll be covering changes to CCA certification. On top of it, I will cover itversity platforms and will get into fourth bi-weekly plan for different certifications. And meanwhile, if you have any questions, earlier I used to conduct the WebEx session. Now I stopped it because I'm not getting so many questions on WebEx, and I feel that only using YouTube Live might be good enough for this. If required, we can add WebEx later, sometime in future. Anyway, if you have any questions while I'm talking about these topics, you can ask those questions in the live chat. You can see here, this is the live chat, and you can actually put comments over here, and I will see and I will respond to you. That being said, let's get started. I hope you guys can hear me. If not, can hear me and also see my screen. Once you confirm, we'll get started. Either you can confirm in the chat or you can confirm. Yeah, thank you. Someone have confirmed already. So let's move on. So to begin with, I will give brief introduction about itversity as I used to do always. itversity is a continuous learning platform, and as of now, we have a lot of content on big data. Eventually, we want to expand ourselves into all the areas with respect to IT, especially cloud especially cloud very soon. Excuse me. So we have YouTube channel where there is tons of video content. Okay, and the content is in the form of playlists. Okay, you can go through this playlist and go through the names of this playlist, and you can follow the content and learn something over a period of time. But searching the content in YouTube is a challenge. That's why we have started a website. We have to start creating the courses. There are very few courses and very few blogs at this time, but eventually we will try to create courses using this website. And then when you learn, so wherever videos are necessary as part of creating the courses on the website, it will refer to the YouTube videos along with the few highlights about the video and the code snippets. Whatever is relevant to be shared in the form of text will be shared with you guys. And then on top of it, if you, while learning, if you have any questions, instead of posting in the comments where it is tough to track, what we have done is we have started another website called discuss.itversity.com. So the purpose of this website is to support any questions, whether you get it through by following the YouTube content or the website or any other location. As of now, the topics which are created as part of this forums-based website are predominantly big data, but eventually, as we expand the scope of the content, we will start supporting all the other categories also in IT. And then we have the content in the form of videos. We have text content in the form of websites, support in the form of another website. Even after providing so much for free, one of the challenge, especially with respect to big data, is environment for practice. There are several disadvantages. One, you need to have a high-end laptop, at least to set up Cloudera or Hortonworks virtual machines and practice. And even if you have high-end laptop, you cannot just keep on adding. You will hit a bottle. Your laptop will become bottleneck at one point or the other. And for that reason, we have provided a cloud-based big data lab where you can log in from anywhere and start practicing, but it comes at a cost. So if you go to labs.itversity.com, that is the website, um, you can sign in or sign up for the lab. Here it is just to log in to the website and make the payment. And the payment is as per the plan you want to go with. Um, we have 31 days plan, which is $15, 93 days plan, which is $35, and $55 for 185 days. And then we have a student special plan, especially for those who are going to the college. Okay. So that being said, once you sign up or sign into the website, you can actually make the payment. And once you make the payment, instead of seeing the plans, you will see the lab credentials. If you don't make the payment, whatever we have seen earlier will be displayed. If you already make the payment, then you will see something like this, where you will get the username, password, and shortcut to connect to the lab in the form of console in browser. Okay, so this is the console. You get the username and password here. You can copy these things and paste it. If you want to, this is purely for convenience, and it works only on Chrome and Safari. Sorry, Chrome and Firefox. It does not work on others. And also, when you copy paste on Windows, you use Control Insert. Sorry, you can click on this to copy, but to paste, use Shift plus Insert. And once you are in the lab, you can run Hadoop commands and all those things. Also, you can use PuTTY or Terminal, whatever tool you want. Those are, I advise to use PuTTY or Terminal or Cygwin to connect to the lab. And also, I will show Ambari, for which you will get access to. On top of creating a OS user, we also provide access to Ambari. Ambari is not is nothing but a monitoring tool to monitor the lab, and you can click on hosts and you can see the configuration of the cluster. It's a 7-node cluster, and 3 of them are worker nodes and others. So once you start practicing, you will understand more and more about it. And if you have any questions, you can ask those questions on discuss.itversity.com. So this is about the number of hosts, and these are the services which are available as of today. We have HDFS, we have Yarn or MapReduce, we have Tez, we have Hive, HBase, Pig, Scoop, Uzi, Flume, Kafka, Spark. You can practice whatever technology you want. Okay. So that being said, the purpose of all these 4 platforms is to give a holistic approach for self-paced training with very nominal cost. That being said, now let's get on to the next topic, on next point in agenda, which is the bi-weekly plan for all the 5 different certifications. We will start with CCA Spark and Hadoop Developer. Yeah, typically, I start with CCA Spark and Hadoop Developer, but this time I will cover CCA Spark and Hadoop Developer at the end, because there are changes to the certification. I need to talk about those changes also. That being said, to get the details about these steps, you can go to discuss.itversity.com. I will recommend you to sign up. Here there is a category called certifications, and there are a few things which are mostly posted on the on this main category itself. On top of this, there are subcategories also. Okay. Sorry, there are subcategories as well, and those are the certification based categories. We have HDP-CD Spark, we have CCA Data Analyst, we have HDP-CD, we have HDP-CD Java. So this time I will start with HDP-CD. Okay, I didn't create the topic. I thought I created the topic, but never mind. I will create very quickly. Just give me a moment, okay? Certifications. So there is overlap in the content between multiple certifications. In this case, this is primarily for HDP-CD. So before you start this fourth step, you have to finish the other three. Otherwise, you might not get the proper flow. So before you, this is applicable to all the certifications. So let me click on this SDPCD here. So to begin with, we have setup environment and scoop import, I have demonstrated using using the lab itself directly. So um, you can actually click here to set up the environment. Okay, and then as part of the step two, um, step one and step two, I predominantly covered scoop, and with step three we have started with Hive, and now step four we will be wrapping up Hive. So within 2 months we will be completing scoop and Hive by spending at least 8 to 10 hours per week. Okay. That being said, so as part of this bi-weekly plan, you will be seeing how to write queries for filtering, aggregations, joins, windowing functions, which is very, very important, and then using typical functions. And we have order by versus sort by, which is very important topic. And then how to run create table as select commands to retrieve data from a query and then create tables out of it, and many more topics. And the videos which you need to look into are in this playlist. You can click on this playlist, and in this you should start from 8, where we will get started with Hive, and then we will get into functions, aggregations, windowing functions, sort by versus order by, and then we'll wrap up. So overall, this content is approximately 6 hours, but it will take another 6 to 8 hours for you to practice. So within next 2 weeks, you might end up spending around 15 hours to wrap up Hive as well. Okay, but before getting into this, make sure you finish others. Then only will be able to you will be able to write the queries. And then the next certification which I'll be covering is HDP for CCA data analyst. It also include the same topics. So CCA data analyst and HDP-CD, the major difference is HDP-CD covers uh, PIG, whereas CCA data analyst does not cover PIG. It only covers Hive and scope. Let me show you by going to the curriculum. So CCA data analyst and HDP CD. If you go to CCA data analyst curriculum, so here they primarily talk about scoop, which is already covered, and then DDL commands, which is like create table, alter table, etc. And then data analysis, which is writing queries. So by this time you should be confident enough to give this certification. I have already covered all the topics that are required uh, for CCA data analyst certification. I think it's one of the easiest certifications out there. They only focus on Scoop and Hive. There is no other topic as part of this certification. Okay, so if you look into this, I have covered all those things. So with 2 months of preparation, this is not a developer certification. This is primarily for data analysts who are familiar with SQL and perform analysis around the data. They should know how to connect to big data clusters and write Hive queries and get some insights in the data. Okay, if you go to HDP CD certification, we have all the topics relevant to Scoop and Hive, which are same as CCA data analyst, and on top of that, the curriculum also covers PIG. Okay, so that's the difference between that major difference between HDP CD and the CCA data analyst. PIG, and also there is Flume with respect to HDP CD certification. CCA data analyst does not have either Flume or PIG. Okay, so this is about CCA data analyst and HDP CD. If you have any questions here, let me know. Again, CCA data analyst, as the name suggests, is primarily for the analysts, not for the developers. If you are a developer, there is another certification which will be covering later. So one question from Vamsi, can you please explain? Okay, I will come back to Spark SQL later, Vamsi. That is part of CCA. You can ask that question after covering CCA about Spark SQL. And Shashikant is asking, do you have practice questions for HDP CD? I don't have practice questions, but if you follow the content, it's kind of the questions will be similar to the certification exam. Okay, so I think as part of the videos somewhere, let me show you one thing. So itversity HDP CD. Okay, this is the one. So if you go through this playlist, there are few videos which says HDP CD setup practice exam on AWS, and also there are videos with respect to taking the practice exams. So there are sample questions here. You can go through this and you can start answering those questions. So what I will do is I will set up the same question paper on my lab, and I will share the questions with you. You just go ahead and start taking this practice exam for HDP CD. It will take some time. It will take a week or two to set up this practice exam on the lab. Until then, if you want to practice, I would recommend to watch this video, set up practice exam on AWS, and then if you have already prepared with Hive, Scoop, etc., you can start taking these tasks. Okay, so let me paste you this URL. So you can have a look at that. So I will take these generic questions like which certification should I pursue as a beginner and all those things after covering all the certifications. Right now, please limit your questions to the HDP CD or CCA data analyst certification, because those two are the things which I have covered. I haven't covered anything else yet. So that being said, let me go to the next certification. The next certification is HDPCD Java. Okay, again, I did not create the topic yet for this. I will create it right away. It will not take very long time. So let me click on this playlist. So if we go to this 21 to 31. So the next one is primarily the comparators. So you have to watch from video 32 to I should have distributed cache also. Okay, I think I have to take care of this. I missed few videos. I will add those things in next 2 weeks. So you have to watch from 32 to yeah 32 to 39. These are just 8 videos, but writing these programs will take a lot of time. That's why I'm giving a lot more time for HDPCD Java certification, and also HDPCD Java certification lost its momentum. No one is actually taking the certification unless the management asked them to do so. Okay, so let me quickly create this topic as well. Okay, so let me open this. Write a program to get top 3 stocks per day. Base map reduce program to get top 3 stocks per day. Develop map reduce program. Develop custom key values types. Develop custom partitioner and combiner. Custom partitioner and combiner, yes. Develop custom comparator. Here is the playlist. Watch from 31 to 39. Okay. So this is about HDP-CD Java. And then the next one is, so it's purely Java-based MapReduce programming, and there will be only one question. I heard that there will be only one question, and you have to write the program satisfying that question within 2 hours. And the next certification which I'll be covering is HDP-CD Spark. Okay. And here we will continue learning Spark. So if you go back and start from step 1, by the time you come to the 4th plan, you have to set up Hadoop and Spark environment as well as IDE. You have to learn programming using Scala. You have to get started with Spark by writing simple MapReduce programs. Two programs: word count program as well as program to compute daily revenue. Once you are done with that, you can go to the next step, where you continue learning core Spark APIs, and here we'll be covering sorting and ranking. So if you go back to HDP-CD Spark curriculum, HDP-CD Spark, and go to the exam objectives. So the exam is categorized into two components. One is core Spark and the other one is Spark SQL. So with this bi-week plan, you will be finishing the entire stuff related to core Spark. Okay, and then next week you will be starting on data frames. Okay, so here as part of the core Spark APIs, whatever is required, like understanding all the transformations and actions to aggregate the data, join the data, filtering, everything, sorting and ranking, everything are covered as part of the the curriculum. And the playlist which you need to watch is here itself, and you should watch videos from 10th video to 13th video. So if you click on this,
this is Durga again from IT Work.
Sorry, I think yeah. If you click on this link and click on this URL and go here, you will see all the videos. So we have covered up to broadcast variables, getting started with data frames. There are videos with respect to Spark SQL also. Someone was asking about Spark SQL and data frames. So let me show you. So this 13th video have few details about data frames, and the 14th video wraps up data frames as well as Spark SQL in Hive context set, etc. So for now, for this biweekly plan, don't include data frames. You can defer it to the next biweekly plan. So if you follow my plans, by next plan, you should be confident with HDP-CD Spark exam also. So once you understand core Spark, it should not take very long time to understand this Spark SQL. And this 2 hours plus approximately 40-45 minutes of this video will cover data frames in entirety. Okay. Sorry, yes, yeah, data frames and Spark SQL in entirety. Let me rename this one a little bit. Okay. As part of this, I don't emphasize a lot on SQL. If you want to learn SQL, you can learn by watching my Hive videos. Anyway, I will come up with the plan about how to prepare for data frames and Spark SQL as part of the next bi-weekly plan. Let us defer it for now. Okay, so you are almost 80%. You will be almost 80% done with this bi-weekly plan within 5 bi-weeks, which means approximately 2.5 months. You should be confident enough to give the HDP-CD Spark certification if you follow my plans and my videos. So I hope someone have asked about the Spark SQL earlier. Uh, it is Vamsi. Can you please add more videos on Spark SQL? I am writing exam in April. The videos are already available. You can go through them, and I will cover few more details as part of the next bi-weekly plan. But if you are good in SQL, you just go through those two videos and you are good to go. Okay, and on top of Spark SQL, I have covered data frames also. And then the final certification, CCA Spark and Hadoop Developer. Okay, I will take you to the curriculum in a moment. Before going to the curriculum, let me cover the fourth plan for CCA Spark and Hadoop Developer. So as part of, if you go back and see the history of this of this certification, we started with setting up the environment and started exploring scope. Within first two bi-weekly plans, we have completed scope, and then with the third bi-week, we got into Scala, and then we started with Spark as part of this bi-weekly plan. So if you are planning for CCA, Spark, and Hadoop Developer, and if you you should start with setting up the environment, practice scope, and then learn Scala programming, and then come to this getting started with Spark. So here we will be covering how to develop a word count program using Scala as programming language and Spark APIs, and also we will be covering how to develop Spark program to compute daily revenue. And the playlist link is here, and you have to watch videos from 4th to 9th. This is the most intensive
Friends, this is Durga again.
bi-week as part of this certification. Others will not take so much time, but this is the key, and this will take a lot more time than any other bi-week. So if you look into 4th and 9th, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 approximately 2-hour videos. So the video content itself is like 10 to 12 hours. And then you might have to spend additional amount of hours to practice. So approximately it might take 16 to 18 hours over a period of 2 weeks to wrap up this bi-week content for this bi-week. Okay, now let's go back to the CCA curriculum and let us understand the changes to CCA curriculum. So before getting into it, let me give my feedback. It's good that they have changed the certification. They have made it more Spark oriented. So if you want me to explain in one line about the changes to the curriculum, it is that the certification is more Spark oriented going forward. Okay, and the changes are, as per the required skills, they have added one more thing called process streaming data as it is loaded onto the cluster. Otherwise, rest of the stuff is same. Rest of the stuff talks about scoop and flume, and then they have added this process streaming data as it is loaded onto the cluster, which means that you need to have a brief idea about Kafka and Spark streaming also. I don't know what type of questions they will ask, but as per the overall weightage, I am expecting not more than one questions covering these two topics, given the complexity and also the weightage in the certification. I feel they hardly ask 2 questions. Mostly they will ask 1 question. Sometimes they might ask 2 questions. But anyway, these two are very good topics for running streaming analytics, which covers Flume, Kafka, as well as Spark streaming. Okay, so I will be creating content for that also to accommodate these changes. Anyway, whatever you have learned so far in the last 3 bi-weeks, there is no change at all, and we will cover. We haven't started these 2 things yet. I will be taking care very soon. Probably as part of the last bi-week plan, you will have details about these 2. And the next one is transform, stage, and store. It is almost same. They just change the verbiage of it. It's mostly about core Spark API. So if you follow this bi-weekly plan and next bi-weekly plan, for CCA Spark and Hadoop developer, you will be done with transform stage and store. Okay. And then finally, the major changes are here. Data analysis. Earlier, it used to be Hive, Impala, and Avro. Now they are talking about Spark SQL. Use Spark SQL to interact with the Metastore programmatically in your applications, which means that you should be able to write Scala-based Spark programs which can invoke Spark SQL as part of the exam. Here, you just need to understand how to write Spark SQL with where connection to filter the data, write queries that calculate aggregate statistics such as sum, average, etc., joining the disparate data sets, and then produce ranked or sorted data. And also they have added one more topic, which is to supply command line options to change your application configuration, such as increasing available memory. And I'll be covering that also little bit later. But for this biweekly plan, as per the changed curriculum, or even matching the earlier curriculum, it's primarily about transform stage and store. We have covered almost 60-70% of this as part of this bi-week. Okay, and then if you are practicing CCA Spark and Hadoop developer for new curriculum, which will be available definitely by April. Even before April, they might change, but you never know when they will change. But by April, they will be definitely changing the curriculum exam pattern as per the new curriculum. Okay. That being said, if you want, you can watch these. So it's the same playlist, and you have to watch 4th to 9th video to stick to the plan. But if you are already following for me for a long time, or if you are ahead in the practice, then you can watch 13th and 14th videos for data frames and Spark SQL. Okay. I hope Vamshi's question is answered. Now let me. So these are the 5 certifications and the 4th bi-weekly plan. I hope you understand the pattern. So by following these plans for 2 to 3 months, you should be able to clear the certification. That's the overall agenda behind all this. So now let me take the questions. So the first question I will take it is from Mithin. He is asking which certification should I pursue as a beginner. So I will recommend CCA Spark and Hadoop developer without any doubt, because it covers Spark quite a bit. And also it tests our programming skills up to certain extent, and also it has tools like Scoop and Flume, Kafka, etc., to ingest data into Hadoop and perform streaming streaming analytics on top of the data. So the curriculum is pretty intensive. So I will recommend CCA Spark and Hadoop developer for any beginner going forward. Earlier also I used to recommend CCA Spark and Hadoop developer alone. But if someone is already certified, then I used to recommend HDP CD Spark exam. But now I will go for CCA Spark and Hadoop developer as my first certification, or even I have some Java related big data certification. Okay, Barakat Abraham, he said that, I hope I spelled your name correctly. He mentioned that he actually cleared HDPCD certification. Congratulations, Abraham. And then Abhinav, is there any other charges which are not included in the monthly lab plan? No, there are no charges at all, except for the lab. We don't charge anything unless you want to be part of my live trainings. All the self-paced trainings which are streamed through YouTube is free, and also on top of it, we also provide support for you. The support will be based on forums. You might not have live support, but based on forums, I will be supporting you guys. So the next question, just give me a moment, okay? I have some dust in my eyes and it's irritating. So the next question is from R. Katir 1307. Is it must to practice with SBT for Spark in CCA? And no, not required. You don't need to actually use SBT. Someone have asked the question about the pattern and all. How you can answer? You can actually choose either Scala as a programming language or Python as a programming language, or any other technology which can solve the problem. Cloudera does not evaluate your solution. They only evaluate the results. As long as results are good, the answer will be marked as correct. So that being said, from the certification perspective, SBT is not very important, and using IDE is not very important. You can use Sublime Text, you can use Spark Shell itself to write the programs, but understanding some editor like Sublime Text, which will be provided as part of the certification, is a good idea. And that's fine. If you don't need to install IntelliJ, you can use Sublime Text or any other editor. I also have content related to Eclipse. You can set up Eclipse also if it is permitted as part of your Office environment. Okay, Sharad is asking to give the playlist for CCA certification. There is okay. Yeah, I will do that. I have created a temporary placeholder. It might change in future, but for now you can practice this. You can go ahead and practice by following this playlist. Sharad. Siddharth Dantuluri, will you be creating a new playlist as per the new certification? Yes, the playlist is already pasted for now. I will be creating course in website very soon. So Adnan is asking which one is better, CCA Spark and Hadoop certification or Databricks Spark certification? Very good question, Adnan. Either one is fine. Databricks is more Spark oriented. CCA have Spark, Hadoop, Hadoop-based technologies such as Scoop, Flume, Kafka, and also Spark streaming. And the pattern, the exam question pattern is more of a subjective in nature. So they will give scenarios, and you have to answer those scenarios. So if you are already certified in Scoop, Flume, Hive, by giving HDPCD certification or some other certification, you can either give, I think I would prefer Databricks certification at that point, because it's purely Spark and it touch few more areas which are not covered as part of CCA, such as MLlib, graphics, etc. So if you are already certified, I will recommend to go with, if you are already certified on technologies such as Scoop, Hive, etc., I will recommend you to go with Databricks certification. Otherwise, I will recommend you to go with CCA. CCA used to be easier certification earlier. Now they have added more Spark-related content, and I am assuming that the complexity might increase a little bit. One good thing about CCA certification is it's more subjective than objective. Hence, as if it is your first certification, I will recommend for CCA Spark and Hadoop developer. So Srinivas is asking, can you try covering admin certification as well? Yes, once I finish these developer plans, I will come up with admin certification plans. So Hitesh is saying, I was following your 92 videos CCA 175 playlist and about to write exam, but with new changes, will that be no longer useful? That is not the case. Only Hive, Impala, and Avro portions are will not be useful, or might not be that useful, but still it will be helpful at your job. Your effort will not go wasted. You have to learn Hive anywhere, Hive or SQL anywhere. Okay, so most of the content with respect to Spark, Scoop, Flume is still relevant. So only 15 to 20% there is a significant change, and even in that some of the topics will come handy while adjusting for the changes. Okay, so if you want to use the new playlist, you can ignore few of the videos. So especially the ones from here, from the first video to almost 11th or even the 12th video, you can ignore. You have to watch 13th video, broadcast variables Even in 12th video, there is something called accumulator. So you have to watch this. And then there is data frames and Spark SQL, which is covered as part of 13th and 14th video. And over a period of next week, I will be covering Kafka, Flume, and Spark streaming as well. That will, so by next week, you will have all the material required to give the certification if you already covered Scoop earlier. Okay, and I will add Scoop related content to this playlist. This is purely Scala and Spark for now. I am actually conducting workshop for a company, and there will be Scoop related content as part of this playlist also. And if any one of you is new, just follow this playlist for now to prepare for CCA Spark and Hadoop Developer. If you are already preparing, then let me know. I will guide you through based upon your current status. Okay, so this is I think I have already pasted this URL, Hitesh. So if you have any questions, you can follow up with me on training@itversity.com. So Trupti is asking where we can find the recordings of your live class videos. These are all my videos of my live class sessions. Whatever I'm sharing, whatever is in YouTube, are primarily the live class videos. So I will not take admin related questions at this time. Yes, if you go through the playlist on HDPCA, there are few videos with respect to if you go to this Sarvanan, there are videos which are recorded to give the exam. Okay, so it starts with setting up practice exam in AWS, and then you can see some videos related to exam lab. Okay, these two are related to exam lab, and like that they are scattered. Whenever I cover the relevant topic, I just pick up the question and answered it. So you can follow this, and you can actually try understand how the questions will be. Okay, so Prashant is saying, I see some other videos related to Kafka, Flume, and Spark being uploaded in recent days. Are these in line with changes to CCA 175, and will these be appended to new playlist for CCA 175? That is correct. Your understanding is correct. I wait until this playlist is updated. I will reiterate whatever I have covered earlier, and definitely the quality is a little bit better. So wait until these videos are appended to the existing playlist. So there is no official, Thambi is asking, can I have the weightage of each topic for CCA 175? There is no official weightage as such, but typically based upon people's feedback, earlier they used to give 30% weightage for the first category, 40% to the second category, and 30% to the third category. Okay, so if the first category is 30%, that means if they give 10 questions, there will be 3 questions. Out of that scoop, they will at least give 2 questions. Hence, either you will get 1 question or 2 questions with respect to Flume and Kafka and streaming. So that's what I was saying earlier. But to answer your question, Thambi, there is no official weightage disclosed by Cloudera. So Abhinav is asking, what is the validity of CCA certification? It is 2 years. In new CCA 175 exam, can we use data frame in Spark? Again, you can use whatever you want to answer the questions. There are no hard and fast rules. You can either use data frame or you can use Spark SQL. It's up to you. Okay, unless they explicitly say that there is no other alternative route than using Hive context to run the Spark SQL queries. you can use data frame. There is no harm in that at all. So to answer your question, actually, there is a topic on my website under certifications category itself. CCA once I will share this URL, and someone asked this similar question. This is someone from Cloudera itself. Questions typically follow business requirements such as what hotels exist in Florida. They typically do not specify any approach that you must follow. So there will be never be a reference to data frames or Hive contexts. So you can use whatever you want. So you can actually refer to this topic to get kind of official response from Cloudera. Okay, so Trupti is asking you start a class. I will come back to that, Trupti. So Amit is asking any plans for HCA certification contents. It's pure. I don't recommend anyone to give HCA certification. It's unless your company asks you to do so. It's purely theoretical, objective questions, and it's mostly straight questions. I would, if you are a developer, I will recommend to go with other certifications. I don't see much value on HCA certification. So regarding the live session on March 24th, 25th, 26th, is it for on-site as well? I have subscribed for 6 months lab. Can I attend? Yes, it is on-site, but if you come on-site, we might not be streaming that to YouTube, and there is no free for those who subscribed for the lab. There is a cost of 25,000 rupees for that 3-day workshop, and you have to pay, for which you will get 6-month lab access. If you already take 6-month lab access, I can give that discount of approximately 5,000 rupees or whatever the cost is for in terms of rupees. And also we have early bird discount. If you go for it, probably might get 5,000 to 6,000 rupees discount, and you can take part of that lab. Live training is not free for anyone. Okay, so Trupti is asking, you started a class just few days back. So she is asking for the YouTube playlist, which I have just started. So the most recent one is this one. I have to add few videos. I'm not maintaining the playlist very well, but I will take care of it soon. So this is for Trupti. Okay. Vamsi is asking, Spark streaming is not part of HDPCD Spark. That is correct. It's not part of HDPCD. And Asutosh is asking, is new CCA 175 on Spark 2? Another very good question. So for that, go to the official page and see for the things they will be providing. It will be on CDH5 5.10, and it is preloaded with Spark 1.6, Impala, Crunch, Hive, Pig, Scoop, Kafka, Flume, etc. So given this, it is Spark 1.6, and also the documentation which will be provided to you is Spark 1.6. It's not Spark 2. So when is your next class for CCA 175 starting? So I don't typically give any class on the name of certification, but as part of my courses, the curriculum with respect to certifications from multiple vendors will be covered. Okay, so I will not be providing any classroom training or just for CCA 175. But if I announce any live training, I will share on the social networking platforms, and you will get to know about it. So Ratnam is saying, I'm working as a big data admin and plan to switch for Hadoop and Spark developer. Could you please suggest what are the key components to go ahead with Hadoop and Spark developer? Yeah, definitely. So the main thing is programming. So you should work on the programming language if you want to completely transition yourself into the developer role. And the programming language could be Python or Scala to begin with, and then eventually you might have to learn few more languages, but Scala and Python is a good starting point. And then you can follow this playlist, which I have shared with Trupti, and you will see all the required components for transitioning to big data developer roles or big data engineer roles. Okay, I hope I answered your question, Ratnam. If you still have questions, you can follow up with me on training@itversity.com, or you can also post this question on discuss.itversity.com. I'll be glad to take that question. That being said, that's it for now with respect to questions. Let me take a couple of more minutes of your time to wrap up. So if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do so that you will get updates about whatever videos I will be uploading on YouTube. We will not be able to create courses on all the videos. Hence, it will be good if you can subscribe to the channel so that you will get the frequent updates. And also, I request you to join this discuss.itversity.com, sign up for it, and you use this one to ask any technical questions instead of waiting to this session where I am covering certification related details at a higher level. And then if you want to practice, you can use labs.itversity.com. These are the plans: $14.95 for 31 days, $34.95 for 93 days, and $54.95 for 185 days. On top of it, if you like this video, please click on the like button. It means a lot to me. If you really like the content, you click on like. If you don't like, you click on don't like. I don't have any issues with it. And then if you want to share with your friends, just click on it and share with your friends. And if you want to provide the feedback, once the video is streamed, you can use the comment section of the video to provide the feedback. Okay, so that being said, best of luck for your certifications, and let's meet in a couple of weeks again. Thank you. Bye.